In a shock to the case, the prosecutors have decided to drop the manslaughter charges against Daniel Penny. The jury came back a hung jury. The prosecutors, I guess, have said they're going to drop the charges. And now the jury is coming back to decide on lesser charges. It's a very strange situation. I'm not really sure I've ever seen anything like this, but this is the latest that we have on the Daniel Penny trial. If you ask me, my opinion, I don't think he should have been charged in the first place. If you watch some of the videos of the people that were in that subway with Daniel Penny, it was very clear that he was trying to look out for the safety of others. There was an individual who was clearly not in his right mind, threatening people. He was saying stuff like he was ready to die, threatening people and then saying he was ready to die. Daniel Penny was observing this. He put the guy in a chokehold, and tragically, unfortunately, of course, the individual was deceased. His name was Jordan Neely. And of course, this was in New York. And in New York, if you are someone trying to keep the peace, if you are someone trying to help others, and an unfortunate event happened, they are going to go after you. Law-abiding citizens are the ones that are gone after in New York, unfortunately. And that is exactly what happened with Penny here. He talked to the cops, and that's something that was his first mistake. There's videos out there where he is talking to the police, explaining what happened. Like, I never meant to hurt him. I wasn't trying to kill him. And I think at this time he didn't even know that Jordan Neely had deceased. But that was his first mistake. Well, actually, his first mistake was being in New York City to begin with. His second mistake was talking to the cops. But this is the latest that we have. Fox News report, charges against Daniel Penny, manslaughter charges, have been dropped. Listen.
Breaking news in the Daniel Penny case. The judge has just dismissed count one, the manslaughter charge against Marine veteran Daniel Penny. Let's go to correspondent CB Cotton reporting live from the courthouse in New York City and find out what else this means and what we can learn from it. CB, what can you tell us?
Hi, Martha. What a day here at the courthouse, right? So, yes, the judge has dismissed that first count, the most serious charge, second-degree manslaughter. And he told jurors just moments ago that he said, quote, what that means is you are now free to consider count two. Whether that makes any difference, I have no idea. And then he sent jurors, now he's sending jurors home for the weekend and telling them they'll come back to deliberate the lesser charge, criminally negligent homicide, on Monday. So the trial is not yet done, but the latest here from the courthouse is that the judge has dismissed the most serious charge, second-degree manslaughter, and now jurors will come back on Monday to deliberate the second charge, criminally negligent homicide. As you were talking about before the break, Martha, there was some back and forth, particularly from the defense, who had some concerns on whether jurors should be allowed to deliberate the lesser charge. Defense attorney Thomas Kenneth telling the judge he thought it might be coercive to jurors. It appears like he's trying to get all of this on record, all of this in the court record to possibly perhaps bring up an appeal in the future. But for now, this trial is not yet done, and Penny's fate is still not decided by the jurors here at the courthouse.
So it is a very strange situation going on with Daniel Penny. We do have a look within the courthouse. There is my guy, Inner City Press, who was there covering this trial. He also covered Donald Trump's trial. Does a fantastic job. The Post Millennial is reporting on this, kind of giving us kind of a bird's eye view of what's happening right now. Manslaughter charges against Daniel Penny dismissed, and now the jury is going back to discuss the lesser charges. The second-degree manslaughter charge against Marine veteran Daniel Penny has been dismissed after jurors in the case remain deadlocked on a decision. After a second note declaring that the jury cannot come to a unanimous decision on the second-degree manslaughter count, Assistant District Attorney Dafna Yoran told the judge that the prosecution would like to drop the count. So this came from the prosecution. And here's our guy, Inner City Press. He is there reporting live. Yes, does a great job. Update. Assistant District Attorney Dafna comes in, another lawyer, and says, quote, Sergeant, tell the judge we are ready. Can we get another chair? Sips from a pink ice water bottle. He's very descriptive in his updates. Daniel Penny and his lawyers come in. The judge ask what the people want. And then they ask to dismiss count 1. And the judge says, may not be necessary. Dismissing the first count would resolve the compromise verdict issue. And then Penny's lawyers, I guess, had a problem with the first charge being dismissed. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not a lawyer. I guess it's never been done before. This is what the lawyer said. This has never been done before. It would encourage prosecutors to overcharge in the grand jury with the option of withdrawing if hung under coercion. So they can charge somebody with this, I guess, really bad charge, maybe something that they didn't necessarily do, or it's too large of a charge. And then, if it comes down to the jury, they can just say, oh, never mind. We were kidding. We were kidding when we said that to the grand jury. We were kidding. No, we want this lesser charge. I'm no lawyer, but I think that's what's going on here. Because it kind of sets a bad precedent for these prosecutors who might want this big charge. And when they realize that they can't get it, then they have the option to lower it to this, different standard that they could get. So it's just like, no, you should go after something that's actually real. You should pursue a charge that has to do with what the person actually did, and not have the option to lower it later when you're at the end of the trial. So that's what we got. I guess the jury is going to be coming back Monday to decide on this negligent homicide charge. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think he should completely be exonerated, acquitted. I think the prosecution who is going after him, the assistant district attorney, the district attorney's office, this just shows you what the justice system is like in New York. It's not good. And Representative Eli Crane, he actually agrees. He is a real one. He has introduced a resolution to award Daniel Penny a Congressional Gold Medal. This is the resolution right here, a bill to award a Congressional Gold Medal to Daniel Penny, who protected women and children of the city of New York, from violence on May 1st, 2023. So we'll see if that bill goes through. Myself, this guy is a Marine. He clearly did it out of a desire to protect people that were in that subway. There was multiple witnesses who described the actions and demeanor of Jordan Neely, and he sprung to action, thinking that there was a issue, that there was a problem because of the threats that this individual was making. Those are the type of people that you want in your society. I'm not talking about vigilante justice. I don't think he was going after the end result that he got, But Jordan Neely, it comes out afterwards that he was actually on drugs, and unfortunately deceased. But these are the types of people you want in your society, helping keep the peace, protecting people who have these skills and are able to spring into action when it is needed. That is just plain and simple. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Mr. Penny here? Do you think that this lesser charge is going to be dropped? Do you think that the jury is going to convict him? If you ask me, I think what's going to happen is the jury is probably going to convict him on this lesser charge, because if he gets out, it's going to be like I think, a whole George Floyd situation where all these Black Lives Matter types are going to come out protesting, saying that this is a white supremacist, that this is evidence of racism in America. That's what always happens, because he is white. He's blonde hair. He's the perfect scapegoat. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I'll see you on the next one.